Welcome to Seat Time, everybody, the off-road show that brings you all the results, news, and online shenanigans that make being online a good time. We'd like to say thank you to Fly Racing for their support of Seat Time. Please go check them out at flyracing.com. Welcome to Seat Time, everybody. Brian Pierce, your host for this first Tuesday of 2016. So excited to be back. Much more excited to have Miss Jordon Bailey on the couch with me. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, 2016.
Yep.
Woo! First show of Seat Time. It's happening. Episode 193. Can you believe that?
193.
I know. Soon to be episode 200. I think I'm going to just not invite you to episode 200.
Because I never show up?
No. Well, yeah, it's like if I don't invite you, will you show up? It's like, I doubt it.
Why?
I don't know. I'm afraid that might be too much fun.
Oh.
It might be like a Tuesday and like a Thursday night show.
Can't. Huh?
No, I don't know. No,
oh, wait, I just got it. Took me a second. I've been away from school for a while. My brain isn't working.
It's like, I don't think Brian right now. It's been too long. Yeah. It's been too long. So, the good holiday, good time with the family as everything was, around Christmas and the New Year's and
the like. It was awesome. Wish it could have been a little colder, but...
I know. That we get that now, right?
Yeah. But yeah, it was good. How about you?
Yeah, no, it's been really good. You know, the kids got their little tiny amounts of toys that we picked up on Black Friday because they were super cheap.
Heck
and because when you start getting over 2, you're like, I don't want to buy a bunch of toys for all of these munchkins. Like, holy moly. So, but yeah, no, really good. Cabin's coming along that we're building in Broken Bow. I'm doing the whole 30 right now, so I'm not drinking. That's why, like, 2 weeks ago when I did a show, I shotgunned a beer to start things off. And this time I'm got water. Yeah, and only water, unfortunately. It's been going interesting, though. So, but if anybody wants to know, we will put a little bit more about the whole 30 in the description. I think it's something that that people should know more about and what it is. So you can just leave it at that because this isn't a health show, bitches. So it's going to be fun tonight, though, because, of course, Seat Time, we are the online show for the off-road enthusiast. We bring all the shenanigans that goes on in the off-road world to you. We Skype in the riders and have a good time. Of course, you can find us at seattime.co is the website. We're on the Facebooks, the Twitters, the Instagrams, all those social bits. You go find us there, follow us, and like us. That'd be fantastic. Of course, for 2016, we do have Fly Racing back as our title sponsor. Super excited for those guys to be with us again. Kenda Tires as well is with us. And we do have a new sponsor in SRT Off-Road. As we kind of get into the year, a little bit more races happen, we're going to be able to bring kind of prize giveaways, things from all of our sponsors, and that's going to be really neat. I'm looking forward to seeing that. It's nice to, to have everybody kind of has a hard product, something that you can use and grasp in that degree, so it's something that we can kind of bring to the fans to enjoy.
Heck yeah.
I know, that's a good idea. Because how many times have we effed up some part of our motorcycle because we didn't have the proper safety equipment for it?
Often.
Yeah, but then there's always the Jordan knows how to pick up a motorcycle and got in the magazines.
I mean, you could always go find that in the archives there.
It's on the internet.
It is.
But it's Jordan Milbauer back then, right?
It is Jordan Milbauer. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Milbs.
Before you got claimed, before you got knocked over the head and drug into the cave.
Yeah.
So happy to have Fly Racing back, Kenda back, and then of course welcoming SRT Off-Road to the Seat Time family. We still work with Stillwell. There's no love lost there. Of course, they're still really good friends. I still run Stillwell suspension. They're just going to do a little bit more print this year. So that kind of opened it up for us to meet and greet different kind of sponsors. So it should be interesting. Of course, we do have the chat room, which I actually should bring up that I don't even have. tlk.io/Seat Time. Let's see if anybody wants to jump in there and make fun of the people that are on the show, or just us. However we need to do that. Oh my god. I forgot the last time. So 2 weeks ago we had the year in review episode, so 2015. So if you haven't seen that yet, go watch that. We found a couple highlights throughout the year, brought those into the show, and then talked about that. The thing that was fun is we had my wife on, so she got a really good chance to kind of like recap some of the stuff that we do and did, and then laugh at me and make fun of me here on the couch. And there's a couple fun little segments that we bring to the table within that as well. So I think it's a good time. So tlk.io/Seat Time if you want to jump in there and chat with everybody that's going on. So yeah, we talked a little about 2016, but man, right off the bat, A1 this past weekend. Yeah, sure, we're an off-road show, but holy crap. Weston Peick and Vince Friese getting after it or in the semi there at A1. What'd you think of that?
It was freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess kind of gave the sport a little bit of a bad rap. People that don't know the sport, but I mean, when you've had enough, you've had enough.
Yeah. So. And it's funny because in my eyes anyway, like if I went to Google and I said, hey, Vince Friese incident, like that's just, I wanted to see how much was on the internet about that. And it was like you could go 3 Google pages deep.
Holy cow.
Of like incidents that Vince Friese has been a part of. And so it really was one of those deals where, yes, he's kind of known for being a quote-unquote dirty racer. And some people just call it Rubbins racing, like that, but some people think that he's a little too aggressive.
I mean, I agree Rubbins racing, but poor Peick, he already got taken out by him earlier in the day.
I agree.
It's like, I'd have been pissed too.
Yeah, I'd have been, yeah. I mean, it's got to be tough in those situations. Like at that point, you're like, oh my gosh, I do have all these sponsors. We're on live TV.
But you kind of like don't think for a second.
Oh yeah, no, because you're in the moment.
Yeah,
and in that moment, that son of a bitch needs to go down. And Peick has to have the sorest hand in the world. Oh,
I mean, he did get him like in the back of the neck, which was pretty smart, kind of.
If he hit him in the back of the neck, it was because it rubbed off the helmet. So I think he hit some type of material first before he did get to any kind of a flesh wound. But Steven, do you have the video? Let's do it. Let's play it. So we'll talk over it. We'll just keep going as it happens.
A little struggle.
Of course. Bam, there he is. This is in the semi, so this is after it's already happened earlier in the heat. And Pike's like, you know what, son of a bitch? Stop. Just stop. What?
Pushing him. I love the push.
I gotta love that shit, man. But so that's earlier. This is what they're talking about, where they get a little bit, just kind of, oh, damn it, Friese pushed him out, into the turn, and then he just kind of like hit the tough block. They were always talking about how marbly it was, so it was really hard to keep your front wheel where you wanted it. And then bam, and then Peick just like, no sir, douche, Cooper Bailey, suck it, this is happening. What? I love it. He even like what? Like bows up. It's interesting. I mean, you hear when you're watching that, and you can hear live on the TV. Friese's bike is just pegged to the limiter. So the throttle obviously kind of got stuck in the ground there, but it almost amplified what was going on. Like it was just so intense. It was awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was awesome because I'm a racer or what, but
I don't know. I'm sure his sponsors don't think it was awesome, but
no, especially because they asked him to apologize for sure.
Man, that's tough.
Yeah. He's not racing San Diego. Got a $5,000 fine. I saw somebody started a GoFundMe account to help pay the fine, which is pretty.
Did you see someone Vince Friese donated like $10 to it? Can you like put in any name, I guess, on those GoFundMes? Because surely he didn't actually put $10. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, you could do anonymous too. So, but yeah, that's a smart person. And then. The memes, of course, the Beaties. So the whole huge production of Ryan Dungey being on the Wheaties box, and this happened. And then, not even 10 minutes after it happened, the Beaties box is already out on the internet.
Dungey's off. Peick and Friese.
We're not worried about Dungey anymore. It's the Beat-a-thon of 2016. And then I immediately started to see the MMA.
Yeah, like
stuff.
Conor
People
McGregor.
put him up with McGregor. Yes, I think that would be a good fight. I mean, I do think that Peick will get his ass whooped because he's not an MMA fighter, but hey, it happens.
Yeah.
So I thought that was funny. It was a good time. I'm glad that we spiced it up a little bit. That 2016 kind of got off with a little bit of a boom.
Yeah.
Of a boom, hey? So before we do get Quinn Cody, we'll get him lined up here on the Skypes. But while that happens... remember, we are taking applications through the month of January for Seat Time Adventures. We do already have some submissions. We started doing that early last week. And thank you to everybody that's already put in your submissions. One of the cool things, we've even had people from Australia.
What?
Yeah, so they've already talked to us. They're like, we could set up a business trip to come. I've got a buddy in Denver that I can borrow a KTM 500 from, like all this stuff. I was like, holy crap. So... that'd be really cool. So you can find out more about that, adventures.seattime.co. There is a little form that you can fill out, and there's no financial obligations at this point. This is just to let us know that you would like to be a part of the adventure. And then we will reach out in February and start doing kind of some more one-on-one interviews and start signing people up. So, people that are way more cooler. Yep, it's Tuesday. Way more cool than we are, and definitely sexier, way better on the bike is Mr. Quinn Cody. How is your evening going, sir?
Hey, it's going well.
Yeah, can you see us? Do we look dapper for 2016?
Yeah, you guys are looking good.
Yeah, she even brought her glasses. She was like, I'm going to step up my smarts this year.
Here's the glasses. I knew it was coming.
So, hey, man, you're doing better than this. So, I didn't even shave. It's been a while.
Thanks.
Well, first off, Mr. Cody, how the heck have you been? What have you been up to lately?
I've been doing really well. I mean, just busy running the Caselli Foundation, putting all that stuff together. And then also I've been doing a lot for the ASO, who's the organizer of the Dakar Rally. I've been helping them to promote North America and, get some more Americans over there riding. So, that stuff's been keeping me busy. Riding my dirt bike a little bit, but not too much.
Right. I feel you on that one. It was so I rode TKO, then I had my ankle surgery, and then I washed the mud off the bike from the TKO on January 1st, and then I rode it on January 2nd, and now unfortunately it still has the mud on it from when I rode it on January 2nd. It's the most pathetic thing ever. That 350 XC has just got to be crying itself to sleep at night.
You've done one better than me. I don't think we've rode since Colorado.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, but in those cases, sometimes you're still sore from Colorado. Like when you just do it like 2 or 3 times a year and then go to Colorado, you're like, it still hurts. It still hurts. It can be tough. What is riding for you? Where is your kind of central location? And when you're like get a chance to just go play ride, where is that for you?
So just in the last year, I moved down to Temecula. So I live right next to KTM and do a lot of work out of, in and out of KTM a lot. So I'm down here and, I mean, either go to Mexico or go up to the desert right out there. There's some illegal kind of poaching stuff around here, but for the most part, if you want to go and do some real riding, it's out in the desert.
Yeah. Being one of the main guys of the Caselli Foundation, you're probably not the guy that should get caught poaching trails.
Yeah, I try to stay out of trouble these days.
You're like, dang it, I got to be official. This is retarded. I'm taking all these stickers off my bike and I'm going to ride in a Cowie. Like, it's just like, make it happen. So I'm glad that you mentioned that you're doing a lot for Dakar in North America to try to not just get more riders, get the word out, but then also kind of bring a lot of the press releases over to us to help us kind of understand it a little bit more, get a little bit more of the press out there. I've noticed that Dirt Buzz, Dale Spangler over there has been doing a fantastic job doing that. We've tried a little bit, but it's still, I guess, a little much even for us sometimes, kind of try to keep up with it because it's a lot of people, a lot of vehicles, everything that's going on. So, for somebody that does know about the Dakar, what is it that you either have, that you expected that's happening, or maybe something that you haven't expected that is happening within what we're seeing in the way that the motorcycle results are kind of flushing out?
I think the biggest story this year is Toby Price. I mean, he's just owning it. He's owning the rally. I expected it because his skill level and just the kind of guy he is, he's a beast. And he makes the bike do what he wants it to do. And it's not an issue for him to ride the motorcycle. But what I've been most impressed about is the way he's navigating. I mean, he's won 2 stages now from the front, meaning starting first.
Right.
And that never happens. I mean, Coma and Dupree and those guys, they would always get caught when they started first. So it just shows that Toby's at a level that's, those guys can't even, hang with at all.
Just wait till he gets good at it.
Yeah, right?
I mean, it's got to be insane. This isn't his first rally, I don't think, but it's his... no, it's not his first rally, but it's obviously first time at Dakar. But it's insane. It so reminds me of Kurt Caselli when he got a chance to do Dakar and it was kind of going out there and worked with you, I believe, a little bit, worked with a lot of other guys, doing mainly, obviously, learning navigation, how to navigate, reading a road book, all the tulips, all the notes, all the kind of stuff that can go into this stuff. And it's just insane to watch Toby Price do so damn well. It's kind of blowing my mind. I've ridden with Toby Price a couple times. I've got the drink with him in Germany, which is way more fun than riding because he's way faster than me. So, but yeah, like the dude's awesome. So I'm super excited to see this for him because I think it's going to obviously elongate his career so much. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, last year he actually got the opportunity to race Dakar last year, and he finished on the podium as a rookie, which was huge. So KTM hired him this year to be kind of one of their main guys, and he's just done an outstanding job. I thought he was going to have a little rougher time the second year, but I mean, he's killed it. He won the stage today in Fiambala, which is one of the toughest places. Kurt won that stage in 2013. Same kind of thing. It's a stage that's kind of reminiscent of our desert around here. It's really sandy and really hot. So, it was cool to see Toby dominate that stage too.
Yeah. Now I'm forgetting the French for it, but they mentioned a lot that they were off. It's where you're kind of off trail, where you're really just following a heading. What is it called?
Off track and
off track.
Call it horse piste.
Off piste, yeah. And so I noticed in the press, or not the press release, but the write up that Toby Price had on his website was that there was a lot of that today, a lot of off track. I could do my best, and we've done a lot talking about that with the Baja Rally. But give us some kind of examples how being off track can be so difficult sometimes when it comes to navigation.
So, I mean, in simple terms, you have a compass on your bike. So the compass reads in numbers. So 360 being due north, 90 being south. In your road book, they give you a compass heading. Say, for example, 165. So you have to make those numbers on your compass that's mounted to your bike match up with 165, and sometimes you'll have to go for 30 kilometers and try to stay on that compass heading. And there's stuff in the way. There's big sand dunes and rivers and all kinds of things. So it's really challenging. There's no trail, and if you're the first guy through, it's really difficult.
Yeah. Now, when I did get a chance to do this in Nevada, we didn't really have too much off track when I did the Baja Rally. We had a little bit of it, but we did a lot of training with it in Nevada, and I would kind of I'd see where I thought we were pointed, I'd find an object, I'd head toward that object, and then kind of keep kind of, leapfrogging that way, following a certain heading. How do you do it in the desert? Because when there's no object to leapfrog towards, you're like, oh, look, another dune. That may not be the right direction.
Yeah. I mean, when I teach guys, I tell them to try to pick a point in the distance out on the horizon and just head for that, and then occasionally glance down at your heading and make sure that you're within 5 or 10 degrees. And as long as you stay within a reasonable range, then you'll make it to whatever it is on the other side of that off track section. Say sometimes it's a waypoint, sometimes it's a road, or a checkpoint or something that's at the end of that section. So there's always something that you're going to. So that makes it a little easier. You're not just going off into no man's land and then they're going to tell you to make a turn. There's usually either a waypoint or something that you're going to hit at the other end of your off track section.
Yeah.
That's crazy though.
Isn't it? Yeah, you kind of just think about the times, doing a lot of cross-country racing, you come out into an open field and you just see, a lack of arrows. So you're like, oh, okay, yeah, the last arrow I saw said to point that way, and I'm you're either so far in front of somebody or you're so far behind, distance-wise, you don't see a track or any kind of dust, so you're like, well, okay, I'll go that way. Think about that. You didn't see an arrow. You followed a road book, and the tulip told you something. And you're like, okay, well, that something seems like this spot.
That might be,
okay.
Right, okay, I'll go for it.
It's intimidating, dude. But it was so neat talking with Andy Grider and some of the Quinn Cody, talking with Dave Peckham. A lot of those dudes are just, it's all about your confidence in yourself. So you have to be 100% confident on your decision.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. You have to kind of say, okay, this is what it is. Because if not, then you're going 70% and you're thinking about, did you make a mistake? And all this kinds of stuff. It's until you know and you can prove that you've made a mistake, just you're on it.
Yikes.
So, Let's not screw up. How about that?
That's awesome, though.
So
it's a lot to process.
Yes. Now, I'm sure you can explain a little bit better than what I got out of stage 3, where Toby Price was got a little off track, and he didn't get off track to in the sense of totally lost, but it sounds like he had either missed a waypoint, was trying to get back onto a waypoint, or to try to find that waypoint, then got locked up in some kind of speed zone. Do you kind of have a little bit of a better synopsis for what happened there?
Yeah, so it's really pretty difficult to explain how it works, but there's a GPS that monitors your speed through speed zones. So occasionally you'll be racing through a special and you'll come into a little village and there'll be a speed zone there. And so you have to go, 55 kilometers per hour through the village. And then when you get to the other side, there's actually a waypoint there. And when you hit that waypoint, it opens it up and you go back to normal race speed. So what happened to them on stage 3 was they changed the road book. They canceled part of the stage. So Toby got to that point, the speed zone opened, but he had to change course, so he never hit the other end of the speed zone. So his GPS the whole time is telling him that he's under a speed zone, when in reality they had sent him a different direction and he never hit the other side. So it's just one of those nuances with rally racing. Maybe some of the more experienced guys know that there's a button that you can push on your GPS to just advance it past that. But it's a lot to process, and there's so much going on that, it threw them off a little bit, and, luckily they didn't lose too much time from it.
Okay. Well, no, that's good. That does help me kind of understand a little bit better. And it's interesting, too. I can't wait to learn more about that next level of equipment. Like I said, doing the Baja Rally, everything we had was kind of like Rally Light. We don't have, I didn't have a lot of the auto scrolling kind of features and stuff like that. And then the GPS that's almost in tune with the road book and things like that. So it'd be really interesting. I'm looking forward to hopefully running into Scott Bright or Ian Blythe down at the Baja Rally this year to kind of see, hopefully they bring their bikes and get to kind of check them out and really have a hands-on, because it is traditional timekeeping enduro times 10. Oh, gosh. The amount of crap that you have to process and have.
Yep.
People bitch to complain about buying an Ico.
Die out there.
This is a whole nother level of batshit crazy.
It makes you respect those racers so much more, though. Everything that's going on when you have an understanding. I didn't understand how it all worked. Even just talking to Quinn a little bit, it's okay, now you kind of understand what all they're doing.
Yeah. And is it 16 days? No, 14 days.
Yeah, there's 13 stages this year for over 15 days. So
that's incredible.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot. And then, and how many days did they have where they didn't get a chance to meet up with their crew? Was it just the one day, where they were kind of off on their own and just wear the same stuff that they wore the day before?
So there's 2 marathon stages this year. One of them, I think, was after stage 4, and they actually had to lock their bikes in a Parc Fermé thing, and they couldn't do any service on their bikes. Even the riders couldn't do any service. And then they stayed in these army barrack things, and they had no access to their crew. And then actually tonight, there's another marathon stage, today and tomorrow. So tonight they're, again, they have access to their bikes this time. They can work on their bikes, but they have no assistance crew. So the Honda Paulo Goncalves, he put a stick through his radiator today, blew his engine up. They were able to tow him in, but now they got to change the engine. So all 4 of the Honda guys are going to be there tearing the bike down. One of the water boys is going to have to take the engine out of his bike, put it in Paulo's bike, and get him going again. So they're going to be up all night changing the engine on that thing.
Absolutely, because they're so much more encased. I mean, you think it's all fairings for sponsors, you know what I mean, all this stuff, but it is so much more than that. They're protecting so much more. The radiators are huge. They've got all these different covers going on. That would be way worse than any other four-stroke to change out an engine on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on those bikes, wires, everything, and that Honda's so advanced. The bike has a fly-by-wire throttle system, so there's no throttle cable. It's all electronic. Everything's just completely like Formula One on that bike, and so they're gonna have an interesting time tearing that thing down.
Holy crap! Yeah, don't lose that conductor. Not conductor. What's the the piece of metal that rubs to tell the computer to go faster.
Oh, gosh.
I'm trying to think of the RC car term because that's what I remember. But that's what it is, just way better. Holy crap. So, before we let you go and before we kind of wrap it up, I wanted to know, we've talked about Toby Price, who's doing awesome, but I think we've seen Ricky Brabeck, who I think is doing way better than a lot of other people expected. And then, of course, Alexander Smith is there, too, another American who we did have on a couple weeks ago, is there at Dakar, kind of trying to take after his father's footsteps, Mr. Malcolm Smith. And then our guys, Scott Bright and Ian Blythe. I mean, those guys are all, I think, being in the top 100 seems like it's pretty good, eh?
Yeah, for sure. It's not an easy thing to do. I mean, Ricky Brabeck, he finished second on the stage today after it was all said and done. So, that's huge. Getting a second on a stage behind a guy like Toby's amazing. I'm really stoked for him. I'm not surprised at how well he's doing. I've done some training with him in the desert, and the first time I took him out navigating, he was just super confident and nailed it right off the bat. So, I'm pretty pumped to see him doing as well as he is, and he's lined up for a top 10 finish as long as he doesn't have any more problems.
Yeah.
And then Ian's running strong. All those guys are really keeping it going. Alexander, he seems like he's just riding nice and steady, and I think these next couple of days that they're if they can avoid problems, they're all gonna move up.
Yeah, I was excited to see Ian Blythe in 35th. I for a while there, I remember when Ian and we were all kind of in Nevada training at the same time, and they were doing way more difficult than I was. But he was even commenting, he's like, I just have so much trouble sometimes remembering to focus on my navigation. So, a year and a half later, glad to see that he's kind of got that sorted, because when you go to the car, that's when it gets serious. And you need to stay on track. Or if it's off track, stay off track.
Yeah.
Stay off track.
I don't know, that could be weird. I feel like that could be a t-shirt, stay off track, and only rally people would get it. So, how people that are interested, Dakar's cool, like we're starting to see more interest. I think that's awesome. We're starting to see more rallies much closer to home. I've signed up. I'm going back to do Baja Rally 4.0. Like instead of doing the RIP this year like I did last year, I'm going to go do the rally again. I had so much fun doing that. We've got Sonoma Rally coming up, I think, in April. And there's been talk of rallies going on kind of in the Northwest. I don't really know where that's headed, if that's still going to go on. But what's a good way, in your eyes, for people that are interested to learn a little bit more about rally, where to go, where to get involved, and where to kind of start finding a way to get down to Mexico to race these things?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of gear that you need to kind of get yourself set up with. We've done a couple fun rally and little rally camps. I'm going to try to do another one this year to try to get some guys out, just having fun in California, just to kind of give guys a chance to come out and do it relatively affordably. There's a company, Dave Peckham, who's down in Dakar right now running the team for Ian Blythe. He has a company called Rally Management Services, and they have all the rally gear you need to get a setup on your bike. And then, like you said, the Sonora Rally is coming up in April. That was probably one of the coolest rallies I've ever done. It's held in the Altar Desert, just south of Yuma, Arizona, and it's the largest area of sand dunes in North America, and really, really cool race for sure. So, I mean, if you get the opportunity to go down and do something like that, it's definitely, that's a bucket list for sure.
Sounds pretty awesome to me. One day we'll get you down there, Coop. Don't you worry. We'll keep trying to get seat time. One day we're all going to be rich. We're just going to be racing dirt bikes the whole time.
Yes.
Not going to happen. Not going to happen. We got free beer this year, okay? That's like a huge step up for us. We got 3 sponsors still, and then free beer. We got a beer sponsor this year, Quinn. Can you believe it?
That's good.
I know, right? We
time.
drink enough of it. See, it's funny because I'm actually like being really healthy this month for whatever reason. I'm doing the whole 30. I've just never done it, and I've had a lot of friends that have done it and got a lot of positive results from it. Finding out that they have, a little bit of interesting reactions to food that they didn't realize that they had interesting reactions to. And so this is a good way to cut out a lot of the processed crap that you don't realize that you're eating, and then slowly put it back on, and then kind of like learn how to figure out what you might be allergic to or what you might have issues with. So, but soon, I'll be back to shotgun and beers before we start the show. As like I talk about it, I'm like, I'm so healthy this month, and it's really just like to figure out like, yes, beer still fucks up my stomach. Well, here we go. Good time. Well, what's next for you? Where should we try to find you?
We're moving forward with the Caselli Foundation stuff. KTM and FMF have put a lot of effort behind it, and it's really starting to grow. People are really kind of stepping up to help support us, and so we have a lot of programs this year that we're involved with, the Youth Hare and Hound series, and a couple other things that we have coming up. You can check on the website. There's a lot of information there, and it's it's a really cool project for sure. So I'm excited about that.
Heck yeah, man! I know I really do want to make it out to the Glen Helen Ride Day one year. That would be really special for me to be able to make that. It just sucks that it's a 22-hour drive almost. I think it would take us to get to Glen Helen's.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
I mean, Coop could totally drive it straight.
He
but
would.
Still.
Could.
He'd be too excited about it. Just a couple Red Bulls, maybe a coffee thrown in, maybe some water just to hydrate because it's fun.
Yeah. But no bathroom breaks, so you gotta kind of keep that.
I'll hold a cup for him. I'm a gentleman. I'll wear a glove and he's like, just go for it, buddy. Just go for it. We can make this work.
You're a better friend than I am.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Quinn Cody, we really appreciate you coming back on the show and talking to us about all the Rally Dakar, and then, of course, a little bit about the Kurt Caselli Foundation and what you guys are doing. I really do hope that in the near future I could make one of your little schools. I do feel that I could. You can't learn enough. I think that's one of the things is that even the Toby Prices, the Ricky Braybecks, and all of our guys over there, like every day while they're out there doing rally, they're learning something new. And that's why I'd love to continue doing that, so it should be fun.
For sure. We'll get you out one of these days. I'll let you know when I get the next little one going on.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, you have fun out there. Thank you again for coming on the show. We do really appreciate it.
Oh, man, no problem. Thank you guys for having me.
Ow!
See ya.
Have fun out there. Ride hard.
All right. Adios.
Bye.
Yeah, so rally. What do you think?
Pretty sweet.
Yeah. How many timekeeping enduros have you done where you actually did the timekeeping and didn't just keep up with Cooper or stay behind Cooper?
I've only done one timekeeping enduro ever, and it was such a mess that I'm pretty sure Cooper's dad told me at one point, just don't worry about it, just ride. Yeah. Don't get that far behind, just go.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I mean, as a kid, as a sea rider and stuff, growing up, that's the way I was. Yeah. It was just kind of going out there and riding, and my dad was my dad was an A rider, he was timekeeping, all that kinds of stuff. Yeah. And we're just, and we'd get to a point, and I'm like, oh, hey, everybody. If I caught up, and Dad's like, okay, we're going to go to this, and he's like, just don't ever pass me. Okay. So
that's so me. It's
yeah.
Why is that?
Is somebody watching the show?
That's my voice. I do not like to hear my voice.
They're on the show. Mitch.
Yo.
What are you doing, buddy? You have pants on while you're watching that, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's it feels like it. I don't know if it's pants or just a comfy seat that this is on my booty. Hey, turn your video on. We can't see that Unabomber good looking of yours.
You gotta tell me how to do this again.
The video button? Hey, sexiness has come to the party. What is up, dude? So you're at Mr. Taylor Roberts' house. You're in the Arizonas.
Creeping into his place right now.
I like it. Is that a thing for you? Do you just call up somebody? You're like, hey, I'm in this city. Where can I stay?
What?
Oh, I don't know. Just figured that.
No, yeah, actually, that works out pretty good for me because I do quite a bit of traveling. So. But this is where I call home.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I did quite a bit of showering.
Yeah, he's like, can I borrow half of your couch to sleep on, and then, most importantly, a shower and a towel, please, God.
Got a sprinter in the driveway?
Yeah, I know. You're like, I just need a place to put the sprinter and to wash the gunk off of my junk. Hey, that was like
You
that
did
rhymed.
rhyme. That was good.
Like a rapper.
Like
Oh, let's not
Dr.
go there.
Seuss.
That'd be too weird. But so is Scottsdale what you call home? I mean, is that kind of like where you go when you're like not on the road?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been here for like 3 years now.
Okay.
Actually, they've been with Taylor the whole time, so I've been here for a while now.
Nice. And are you originally from California? Is that what I gathered?
Yeah. I'm originally from Truckee or Lake Tahoe, like Northern California.
Yeah.
So yeah, I grew up there. Moved down to Phoenix maybe like 4 years ago, and then was down here for like a year or so, and then actually moved in with Taylor. So it's been a good trip.
Well, now that he's engaged, what's the countdown on when you have to be out?
We got plans right here to build a shop, so I'm not really going anywhere.
You're getting a bunkhouse?
That's a good deal.
Holy
That's
crap,
pretty
dude.
sweet.
It's like, as long as you, like, we got horses. As long as you clean the stalls, bro, you can sleep with them. Okay.
Yeah.
Got
It's
it.
very accommodating for sure.
Does he have to move locations, or is he going to be able to build a shop right there where he's got land?
Yeah, it's just going to be in the driveway. He's got enough property to where he's going to build it next to the house, and it'll be a good deal.
Dig it. So Taylor Robert has done backflips on trials bikes and big bikes, and he even got Caleb Russell to do it. I don't know that I've seen you do it. Have I just missed it?
Nope, I have not done one yet.
Okay, can you do a backflip on anything? In life?
Like on a trampoline, maybe.
Just
Snowboard,
as a
maybe.
human being, can you backflip?
Definitely not on a motorcycle yet, but I'm sure if I stick around long enough, he'll get me on.
I can only imagine. Like anybody that goes over there seems like it's kind of like a mini Travis Pastrana thing, like a little Nitro Circus crazy land, and you don't know what you're going to get yourself talked into.
Yeah, it can be, for sure.
I have got, speaking of backflips though, I have got to learn how to do a backflip. Like,
But
I
you
cannot,
can't as a human being.
I can't
do a
as a
backflip.
human being do a backflip. Like
Even on a trampoline.
even on a trampoline, I am that pathetic at
Wow.
life. Yeah.
That's kinda
I mean, I
sad.
breathe air. You think that I'd be able to do a backflip on a
I
trampoline?
mean, yeah.
My balls shrivel up into the side of my body. I mean, every time I'm like, I'm gonna do it. Like, it is hilarious. Yeah,
It's like almost, if you just like jump backwards, you're like 50% there.
Thanks, Mom. Like,
Just
of all the people that, it's like, oh, let's go to the trampoline right now, because no.
Wait, you have a trampoline?
No.
Oh,
I have a
I
treehouse.
was like, we're taking the
I
camera
have
out.
live streaming this bitch. If Brian breaks his neck, it's going on the internet.
Yes.
I have a treehouse. Can you backflip out of my treehouse?
Not successfully, probably.
No.
I mean, I would successfully do the backflip. The landing would be iffy.
It's not for the Olympics.
Yeah.
What about you, Mitch? Could you backflip out of my treehouse?
Definitely not.
Definitely.
Definitely.
No, not gonna happen. So, Truckee, California. I mean, do you guys like grow up with semi Hot Wheels? Like, is that like a thing? We'll go,
They're called truckies, not
Truckies.
not Hot Wheels.
Oh, they're not. Yeah, they don't sell Hot Wheels there. They sell Truckies. Like, what do you do in Truckee, California? Like, it sounds like it's super small and redneckish.
Actually, it's not that redneckish. Maybe a little bit,
It's
but
redwoodish.
I don't even know if it's redwood.
I'm totally off.
You know where Reno, Nevada is?
Yes.
It's like one of the only cities in Nevada, but yeah, it's just right there. Or if you know where Lake Tahoe is, it's just like 20 minutes, if that, right over the hill. So almost right on the border, but just a mountain town.
Mountain town.
Bunch of ski resorts, things like that. They actually, now that I'm gone, they actually built, they have a Woodward up there. Wish I had that to grow up, to play around on, but...
So that sounds
shit.
a lot
They have
cooler
a
than North
Woodward
Texas.
in Truckee, California?
I don't know what, I'm guessing they call it Truckee, but it's just, it's
boring. It's close. It's close to there. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's on your way to Sacramento, so, but it's...
Yeah, okay.
The population.
Would have been like 15 minutes from my house, so would have been rad to have that when I was around. But
oh my gosh, you got that right, dude. That would have been rad. Okay, yeah. So there's Reno, there's Lake Tahoe. All right, wicked, dude.
yeah,
I got you.
We're
I
Google
got you,
mapping.
bro.
yeah. If I was around now, shoot, I'd have those backflips on lockdown. So
Lock right there
Yeah.
for sure.
missed out for sure. Bummer.
Oh, dude, we got some controversy in the chat room. Actually, Mitch just wants to know, or Double D wants to know about Z Mitch. What did you think about Dungey's move on Bubba last weekend? This is an off-road show. You shut up in the chat room. I'm just kidding. What'd you think?
I thought it was clean. Like, obviously, he cut in on the inside, but you could see, and it's funny because while we were watching this race, Taylor and I were talking about that jump that was going into that corner, and everybody all night was clipping it and riding that front end all the way into that corner. So I think Dungey would have been able to do it a lot smoother if he had cleaned that jump going into the corner, but having him case it kind of, he wasn't able to get on the brakes quick enough, and it was a bummer for Stewart. But
I think it literally was like that. It was that ultimate combination clusterfuck where Dungey cases it, so his front end is high or his back end's high, so he has no rear brake. Even when it hits, he's already halfway to Stewart. But then at the same time, Stewart cut in a little more normal than the big bowl turn. So then it was just they both made mistakes. And it's unfortunate, so it was kind of like, but it was a fucking T-bone. I mean, that is the definition of T-boning somebody for sure. I just can't believe Stewart got knocked out. Like, that's what blew my mind. I'm kind of like, what did he hit his head on? And maybe it was just like, we just didn't have the camera angle you needed to see it. But that was the whole time I was like, what?
Sorry, no, go ahead, finish.
Was my mustache dancing or something? Like,
it just reminded me of when me and Cooper first started dating and I was racing and I was still quite a little squid. And I got knocked out going down the start straight before I ever even fell off the bike. You remember that? How did that happen?
So you and Stewart can relate.
I'm like,
except you're a squid, and people would call him a squid.
Some might.
Someone's handlebars.
In my head, like the back of my head on someone's handlebars. And knocked me out. I'm still on the bike. Sorry. That was
Stewart
way too off
hit
topic.
a tough block.
Could have hit.
Those tough blocks apparently are too hard, right,
They're
Mitch?
too tough, so. Sorry, that was way off.
I think you were on a motorcycle and you knocked yourself out and you were like, how the hell did that happen? I think that's
so I understand.
That's right there.
I mean, it sometimes just happens.
He said, what? Clap. You KTM guys really do stick together. I don't know that.
It's getting heated in the chat room.
I think that we're.
So okay, I do not ride a KTM.
To say? Like, what makes it?
I do not ride a KTM.
Okay.
I think it was clean. I mean.
Wait.
So you're riding a KTM, so you're gonna take Dungey's side. I don't. I'm not taking KTM.
I think it was a. I think
it was just a mistake.
What I'm saying is it wasn't Dungey taking him out.
Yeah, it wasn't intentional.
Right. Like, but I'm not like, oh, fucking Dungey, that was totally not your fault. fucking Stewart cut down on you, bro. No, that's not what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I'm eating my bowl, I'm going to hug him and I'm going to eat his Wheaties. Like, no. That's not how it's going down right now. Yeah. A bowl of Wheaties. But did you enjoy watching said Supercross, the A1s?
Yeah, it was very exciting.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good race too. I was having fun with it. I think that the marbly turn that they were always talked about every 10 minutes actually led to some really good racing because of the fact that no one really had a ton of stability in the front end, so everybody was getting a little bit closer than they wanted to. You know, like Vince Peick and Friese, which was fantastic. But would you fight Peick, Mitch?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, willingly. Not willingly. Fuck that. Hell no. No, I wouldn't either. You guys went to Ecuador. You and Mr. Taylor Robert. Was there anybody else with you guys?
No, it was just the two of us.
All right, so you had a man trip down there. Tell us a little bit about that, doing some enduro crossing in.
That was a cool event, and it was kind of crazy because I was driving back home from Everett Endurocross. So I was actually at the time in Portland, Oregon on my way home, and Taylor calls me and asked if I had a passport. I was like, yeah, I got a passport. He's like,
you want to run some drugs for me?
But so he's like, do you want to go down and do this extreme race down in Ecuador? And I was like, yeah, when is it? He's like, we have to leave tomorrow.
Keep driving. Keep driving.
That's what happened. So yeah, I drove all day, got down to Phoenix, and actually it was funny because I had him book my flight because I couldn't do it over the phone. Like I was trying to do it on my phone, like on an app. I couldn't book the flight for the price that I needed, and so I had him book my flight. Got home at like 12 o'clock. His flight out of Phoenix was like 1 or 2, and then I got home, packed my gear, like clean gear since all my stuff was dirty from Everett. Packed up all my other gear, had a gear bag, another bag with some parts to bring down. Got to the airport at 3 and then left at like 5 in the morning. So it was kind of an insane trip just to get down there. But once we were down there, it was pretty rad.
I love it. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about it. I mean, I know you guys did well. You guys had a lot of fun, but kind of how did it relate to a lot of the bigger races that we kind of all know about when it comes to the extreme events?
It was definitely up there. It's probably the longest time I've ever spent on my bike at once.
Yeah.
Like, I think it took me just over 7 hours to complete.
Oh.
And this, they had 2 races. They had a race on Friday, which was kind of like a prologue, like a endurocross race and like a bullfighting arena, which was really cool. It was at night. They had you,
that's where they need Weston Peick in the future. He needs to be like a matador at those fucking things, man. Sorry, continue.
Oh. But yeah, no, that was a ton of fun. You would race in the arena. The arena was kind of small. It was like almost half the size of like an actual endurocross track. Then you'd ride out of it, and then you'd go around the block, like in the city, and you had to go up a set of stairs all the way around, and then you entered back into the arena, and then did a lap. And so every lap you were going in and out of the arena. So that was pretty cool. Never done anything like that. So that was just for kind of start position for Saturday. And then Saturday was the extreme race. And yeah, it was a long one.
Yeah.
7 hours.
7 hours, man. That's a lot of time.
My butt would hurt so bad.
I hate driving a car for 7 hours.
Yeah.
So,
if you're good, it doesn't take that long. But for me, it took me all day. So.
Well, if it took you all day, shit, I'm not.
Well,
I'm not
I'd still be there.
I'm not stepping my game up any.
Yikes.
Then, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah. I think like in the pro class, I finished 8th. I think only 9 of us finished like within time.
Nice.
So it was a tough one.
You said within time, so nothing worse than being on your bike for like 7+ hours and then being like, sorry, you didn't make it in time. So
yeah.
No place for you.
No podium. And you also don't have a bed to sleep in because we gave that to the winners.
Yeah.
The finishers.
Sucks.
So you do van life, right, Mr. Mitch?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, you're the endurocross privateer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So how does next year feel for you with this, or I guess this year, now it's 2016, peoples. How does this year's schedule feel for you? Travel-wise, it seems like it might be a little bit better, but being in the back half of the year, do you try to find money, more so in the beginning half? Like, what is your plan, and how does it make you feel?
Yeah, I definitely have some time between now and then to get things figured out.
Drive to Texas and come do some riding.
What? Yeah.
Something.
Continue.
But yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy going into because I'm going to go out and do Tennessee Knockout again. I believe that's the week before Georgia.
That is correct.
From Georgia, it's to South Dakota. I believe that's where the next round. So it's like 3 weeks in a row. And from being out in Arizona, I need to get back to Tennessee and ride in some wet conditions. So I'll probably be out there a week before. So it's going to be like a month on the road just for that. So it's going to be definitely van life for sure.
I think what I'm going to do is, like people are always like, how can you support the privateers more? How can you support the privateers more? When I was younger, like 17 to 19, I did a lot of backpacking. I did a couple like really, really long, like there was one time I did 28 days straight. And the one thing that always made me the most excited was when I came across clean, new underwear. Like that's the most beautiful day you can have is when you realize that you're not washing shit in the stream anymore and you're like getting to put on fresh underwear. So I think that's what I'm gonna do to help privateers.
You're gonna spy them underwear.
So when Mitch shows up at the TKO, I'm gonna be like, buddy, brand new, buddy, brand new, and it's gonna have like my face on it. I'm just gonna be like,
that is so wrong.
Right on the front.
Yeah, right on the front. Yeah, it's like, yeah,
genius idea,
but clean. At that point, he's gonna be like, I don't care whose face is on this thing. I don't care if there's a hole in the back for easy access. I'm wearing these things because I need new ones. So,
all right, that's a great idea.
It is, isn't it?
You're gonna set up a GoFundMe account to fund that?
No, I'm gonna figure this out.
You can do
I'm gonna make sure that on my personal account.
I like this.
I'm gonna support the privateers with some. No, it's funny though because now like there are people that have underwear sponsors. Like, what do you have an underwear sponsor?
Underwear.
Yeah.
Oh, who is it?
Virus?
Okay. Yeah, Josh Strang is sponsored by Virus.
Yeah, they do like compression shorts and gym clothes and like the cool under jerseys and stuff like that.
Yeah, the wick dries and all that kinds of stuff. No.
Yeah.
I'm big into. I like wearing I wear compression socks a lot because for whatever fucking reason, a lot of running or a lot of double unders, my calves like. They will knot up like a son of a bitch. But if I wear the knee-high compression socks whenever I do a lot of running or a lot of double unders, no cramps, no issues with the calves. So there's something to it, like the fact that it's it's creating more tension on the skin, which is it's causing the blood to pump harder to pump through the system. So the idea I think is that it's moving more blood faster because it's having to push it through harder. Science.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know, dude. It starts with a V and I get a small paycheck. What? No, I'm kidding.
Or free underwear.
Or free underwear with Brian's face on it. I think we're on to something here. I really do think that Virus needs a line of Brian underwear face time.
I mean, you kind of might be working a new sponsor angle right now.
Shit, man. 2016, we got a beer sponsor. Who knows what's next, right, man? Who knows, buddy? I don't know. Well, Mitch, so as we kind of start to wrap things up here, you're a fun guy. I'm so glad that you're on a KTM. No, okay, but I'm so glad that you're having fun doing all your motorcycle racing and just being a badass. But what's next? Where can we look to see you in the near future doing what you're going to be doing?
First thing is we're going to be doing King of the Motos at the end of the month. So
that's right. That's coming January 31st.
Yeah, end of the month. So looking forward to that. Trying to get ready. And shoot, really after that, not too much. I have the local off-road series out here in Arizona that I'll be doing. There's a handful of races left in that. And then kind of a break until Endurocross, really.
I wish you could come to Texas and make some money. I mean, he could make some money, but it's not... I mean, if he stayed here and didn't, like, drive around during the week, he could make some money, but that's where it'd be tough. It's like our cross-country series doesn't...
What is it, Torques or something?
We've got Torques in southern Texas, and then we've got the TCCRA series in the more northern part. And they kind of, like, cross each other in their boundary lines, if you will. But I think Torques would be the one that might pay a little bit better because you can race on Saturday and Sunday. But then you're in South Texas.
A bad thing?
No, I just think that South Texas means there's places to ride. There's just not as much ability to head north because you're that much further away from going north. Yeah. Because you're 3-4 hours already south into one huge-ass state.
Word.
Which it's like... when we drive to California, I now realize half of that drive is still in the damn state of Texas. Like, it's ridiculous. It's 12 hours to get out of the state if you go through El Paso. Well, 10 if you drive like Cooper does.
Yeah, no bathroom breaks.
But 12 if my dad's in the car with me. But no, that could be fun. I'll text you about it just to see. I'll figure out what some of the purses are and let you know. Because that could be cool because it could almost be like a way for you to kind of work your way maybe like a month or two beforehand, as you're heading east and maybe make some money and figure out all that kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that'd be rad.
It'd be fun. It'd be kind of cool. And then we could film with you too. We've got our Tuesday night show
like,
and our Thursday night
Wait
show.
a second.
With Brian's face underwear. We could do a couple Brian face underwear commercials.
This is gonna go south really fast.
Hasn't it always? Yeah. Hasn't it always? Well, Mitch, we really appreciate you coming on the show, taking some time to chat with us. Good luck with everything this year. Definitely keep us in the loop. It's we like to help support everybody doing what they're doing. So if you've got news, share it with us. We'll put it out there to our minuscule amounts of people, and we'll just keep having fun with it. What do you think?
Sounds good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, buddy. I'm glad we finally got you back on, or got you on because you haven't been able to be on. First show of 2016. We start with Quinn Cody and Mitch. I think we're doing a pretty good job.
I'd say.
Ooh, how do you pronounce your last name?
Carvol.
Carvolth.
Carvol.
So you kind of like have to like mumble the last one.
Carvolth.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
No. Yep.
Got it.
Making it work. Hell yeah, dude. We'll keep riding your dirt bike and having fun, and we'll definitely chat with you soon.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I think that was a little fun.
Yeah.
Do you think the underwear thing would work?
I really actually kind of do. It's kind of genius. I always feel kind of bad for the second guest because we kind of get more loopy as the night goes on and they get more of our crazy ramblings, but it makes it fun. So.
I agree. I enjoy the fact that it just kind of goes
I know.
weird places sometimes.
It's pretty awesome.
It does that all the time.
Every single time.
Yeah. And you don't know where it's going. Like, you can't, like, pick and be like, oh, tonight we're going to be in, face on underwear land.
We really just make this stuff up on the spot.
It's quite
we truly
entertaining.
do.
Yeah, Impound. Late to the show. Who is Impound? We were talking about that before. Steven?
I don't remember yesterday.
Who are you?
You're lucky I'm here. Isn't Monday? It's today's Monday, right? Awesome. Well, of course, Jordan, thank you very much for coming back on the show. I know you're getting ready to start school.
I am.
So it won't be, unfortunately, as often as it was last year for you able to be on. How much longer you got left in school?
Too much.
Too much. Too much.
I
to
told
tell
Cooper,
you about.
I said, okay, 2 more years, I think, and he said, you've been saying that for 4 years.
Oh, ouch.
So.
Thanks, husband.
At this point, it just really, I'm not thinking about how long. A long time. I don't know.
Just make it work.
Yeah.
What are you getting your degree in?
Elementary education.
All right. So you're going to teach kids?
Yep.
Or are you going to just get a degree in elementary education?
Yeah, that's the goal. I really don't want to.
You're like, I have a degree.
Check.
It's kind of a joke. Like, I do, interview, I interview some of the people at work and stuff for some of the positions that are going to work with me on different projects. And it's just kind of like a joke that we have to, like, make sure that they have a degree.
It's like, I'm sorry, are you $50,000 in debt before you can get this job?
But that's a.
I know, it's just the way it
is.
It's
a thing. So, and obviously, unfortunately, I don't get a chance to kind of set that. So.
Yep. It is the way it is.
Yes.
So I'm gonna get that degree.
I'm taking it to the bank.
Yeah.
The bank's
then we'll see.
Oh, it's so bad. But good.
Yep.
Coming up, let's see. You got January. That's this month. Next month. Oh, so here we go. Pay attention. Next month, February, we're launching our first new Seat Time shirt of 2016. Sweet. So the goal is to bring you 4 new shirts for 2016. They will all be new. Every single one of them, they will be time sensitive. So when you see the email, you see the post, you see all that kinds of stuff, you will have a very short window to purchase. Of course, there'll be discounts for sharing, all that kinds of stuff. And those shirts will only be available 1 to 2 times a year. So if you look at it, you go, ooh, I like that. You need to buy it because it'll only be available for a couple days. And the countdown and timer will be on the site to let you know about that. But yeah, so that should be coming the very, very beginning of February, to look for that. And then, of course, Seat Time Adventures. We're still taking applications for that. We will throughout the month of January. And we've already gotten some really good responses. Got a chance to reach out to everybody.
Yeah, go and watch the video from last year, too, so you can see
great comment. Yeah.
What it was like and that it was super awesome.
Yeah, and it's interesting. We've talked with Cooper's dad, Scott Bailey, a little bit, and he said he's already kind of said, he's like, I'm super excited about it, so we're going to see how work goes and if I can make it work and make it happen. And we've talked with Todd Slavic. And there's a chance that if Scott can't make it this year, that Todd Slavick's going to come with us. So we're gonna have people that not only know the terrain but love to have a good time, and that's what's most important. That's the biggest thing that we like to bring to the table is the camaraderie that we all have while doing this. But yeah, check out the video, see what we did there, and definitely go fill out an application if you're interested on riding with us this coming summer in Taylor Park again. Was it June 19th through the 24th? The riding days are the 20th through the 23rd, so 4 days of riding. Well, that's enough for some monkey butt, for sure. It's enough for some monkey butt.
Yep.
Darla!
What?
Oh, my wife's a teacher. Guess what she's doing? Grading. Scream, thanks, Darla. I'll turn it up on the computer speaker. Okay, you ready? I'm going to say thanks, Darla. 3, 2, 1. Thanks, Darla! Okay. So thank you guys for paying attention to Seat Time. We really appreciate it. Of course, thank you very much to Fly Racing, which you can find out more about flyracing.com. We will have a video out at the end of January, and we have a lot of fly racing gear that we talk about. It's much more in-depth than just about fly racing, but you'll learn a lot. So definitely go to flyracing.com and pay attention. Subscribe to the Seat Time channel, and you'll get to see more there. Of course, Kenda Tire, so kendatires.com. The Equilibrium and a lot of the hybrid tires that they have, fantastic for off-road riding. Fly Racing and Kenda and SRT will be having products that will be able to get like fun giveaways throughout the year. So definitely, if you don't follow any of those brands right now, please go do so. Give them some love and pay attention to that. The third one, as I did mention, we did pick up SRT Off-Road, so hard parts for the bike. So go search SRT Off-Road, and if you ride any kind of motorcycle off-road and don't have protection for skid plate, your linkage guard, your chains, your chain tensioners, all the front brake, all that kinds of stuff, skid plates, that's where you need to go pick it up and go check that out. And you can get all of that at all your local dealers as well. So that's what's cool. Adventure Moto carries all the SRT off-road stuff. So I can walk in there and pick that up. It's always a good time. She loved it. Thanks. You're welcome, Darla. And Double D. I wonder if Darla has double D's.
Oh, no. We need to call it a night.
Thursday night. All right. So, of course, thank you to everybody for being here. Thank you, Jordan and Cooper, for making the trek over here. Hopefully, it's like a once-a-month thing.
Yeah,
even
that
if it
sounds
can't
good.
be every other week.
Yeah.
I think once a month would be fantastic.
I mean, I just, you got to do it for the fans.
You and Todd Slavic both, huh? Yeah. Doing it for the fans. I love it. Well, remember, I'm Brian Pierce. You can find me on the internet at Woody B. Pierced.
I am at jmill98.
There it is.
If you want to see lots of pictures of my dog.
Yeah. Don't you have a dog account too, though?
I do. It hasn't stopped me from posting pictures of my
like
mine.
dogs and then like some dogs.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Depending on what level of dogs you want.
I like it. So seattime.co is the website. You can find us there, of course. We archive all of the shows there. You can do audio only if you want to, iTunes and Stitcher. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/seattime. We're on Twitter. It's at seattime_CO. On Instagram, it's at seattime. We're on YouTube, where the user is seattime_CO. And find that channel. Hit the subscribe button. And we will be back in 2 weeks. And you're like, why the 2 week shit? Not a lot happens in December and January. It's easy. It's a great time for us to get a little bit of a break, spend more time with the family as we get ready to, holy crap, it's February, and then we go like 12 weeks straight for you guys. So thank you very much. We will be live again in 2 weeks. Remember, always enjoy a pint full of awesome.
What?
Peace.